Welcome back. You're watching a Freaky Friday edition of Liquid Lunch on Biz TV. I'm John Tobacco. The Dow down 125 right now at 26.5. As I told you last week and coming into this week, if it can't keep the momentum to get above 27,000, that could be bad news for the market. That one big clean out could be headed our way. I don't know. I thought there would be a payroll tax in this new stimulus bill. That's out. So the market was kind of hoping for that a little bit. But the president has signaled that he may use executive power to give some kind of payroll relief to employers, which will actually trickle down to payroll raises for most employees because they won't have to make their half of the 13.5% contribution. So everyone would get a 6% raise if they did some kind of tax holiday or something like that. Bitcoin, on the other hand, looking strong. It was middling around 9,000, 9,100, and I told you if it broke below 9, it could go right to 7,500. But I was looking at that short-term, one-week resistance at like 9,150, 9,200. I said if it got through there, could get to 10 through 10.3. Boom, the thing could be like 12,000 because you'll see some real momentum coming, especially if our economy starts to weaken a little bit, and that's what the media is going to be telling everybody. Now, every Friday, I bare my soul to an open Zoom room, and any fans that wish can come in and we can talk about anything you would like. And we have a very good friend of the show, Lucia is with us right now. He is one of Nico's friends. I have met him before, so he's not some rando, a recent MBA grad from NYU Stern School of Business. And CJ, with your MBA from NYU, in your professional opinion, do you think Anthony Fauci has ever thrown a baseball before in his life?
Well, first, thanks for having me, JT. Love the show.
Congrats. Thank you.
Today. But let me just say, regardless of your opinion of Dr. Fauci, that was the most unathletic throw I've ever seen in my life. I don't know if you played the clip on your show yet, but it was pretty incredible. I think he missed the plate by about 10 feet. Before that, the worst one I've seen was 50 cents, but that will not go there right now.
10? He missed the plate by the field. He threw it into the first base dugout practically.
I think maybe the mask was suffocating him a little bit. He couldn't see
CJ, did you find it a little odd that Fauci's been all over the map with the masks? Wear them, don't wear them, wear them, don't wear them, right? He goes out into the middle of the field, an empty ball field with no one on. He has a mask on.
I'd like to stay away from the politics on this, but I just think he's trying to make a statement. I'm not really too sure. I mean, all the science shows that if you're within 6 feet or 10 feet for 15 minutes, and that's like the threshold, whatever it is. I don't know. I just think he's trying to make a statement.
More importantly, the big topic now, even for me, I got 3 kids. My 2 daughters are supposed to be headed back to college in September. Ava's just going into our first year. Tori's going into our last year. My son's a sophomore in high school. Returning to school. You had to take some Zoom classes last year. My son told me, he's 14. I said, hey, I'm on TV every day railing that, kids should go back to school. Do you actually want to go back to school? And my son, who barely even speaks to humans other than texting, he said, Dad, it's terrible. And he said, you should go on there and say it's making us dumber. So, kids actually want to go back to school. What about older folks like you?
I completely agree with your son. I just, like you mentioned, I just graduated from NYU Stern this past May. Middle of the semester, we switched from in-person classes to online classes, and the quality of education, even at the graduate school level, is unequivocal. You can't compare the human interaction you need, the quality of insights you get from your professors, and using all the resources that you have available on campus is really the benefit of being in school. And even at the younger age, your son's age, and you mentioned he's in high school, I think the social aspect of school is probably one of the most important things. And not to mention, you're sitting in your room, presumably he's in his bedroom or his home office if you have it, and God knows what he's doing on his computer. You could use you could be looking at whatever the heck you want online if your professor can't hold you accountable. So it's on the students to hold themselves accountable. It's pretty difficult, and the whole point is to learn and get a good quality education when you're especially at that age. So I could completely understand. I do think I saw a recent survey or a recent poll said nearly 70% of people prefer some form of in-person lecture, whether it's modified or fully, I think, or going fully back to school. But I do think it's important, even from my experience, I didn't learn nearly as much, and I was in an MBA program, so it's pretty important, I think, to get back to school.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you, and I think honestly, I think there's a lot more kind of behind it. A lot of schools, like public schools, are polling places, and the Democrats are kind of pushing this, vote by mail initiative. So I think there's way more. I think there were under 50 deaths of people under 18 in America. So it's kind of like the odds are these kids are okay.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of selective fact picking and selective data going on. So
yeah, there's no doubt about that. All right, hey, before we let you go, according to my senior producer Nico, he told me that you are a retail expert.
Yes,
and here's what I can tell you. I am a short selling expert. Okay. And that's been my whole career on Wall Street. People don't understand it, but I make money from transactions where stocks go down. Okay, I find overvalued situations. And since February, I've been short a number of names. I'm going to read them out to you, and you tell me when I'm done. Macy's. Right. I'm short Macy's since February. I am short AMC Theaters. I'm short Brookfield Asset Management, one of the largest commercial and indoor mall owners. I'm short Simon Property Group. I'm short GPS, Gap Stores, okay? So I think anything that relies on their debt service to be paid from indoor retail is absolutely dead for the next 2 years. What do you think?
I agree. I would throw Nordstrom onto that short list as well. They just recently said that they're going to stop paying. They're not going to pay rent or something. I can't remember the headline that I read for certain properties. I agree. The big thing that coronavirus, I think, did, in my opinion, for the retail landscape, it kind of sped up the inevitable. It kind of, it favored the companies that have strong e-commerce platforms already developed. So, you're going to see a lot of, like, for example, you have a lot of these bankruptcies. Brooks Brothers didn't have a strong e-commerce presence. So they kind of had, they were on their way out anyway. So it kind of sped up the inevitable. But I would agree with your short list. I would say continue to hammer that, but add Nordstrom to that one.
Well, I think Nordstrom, and I think yesterday Neiman Marcus even said they're going to start closing stores, and this is going to trickle down to the banks and the big mall owners, not just the stores, but the mall owners. That's why I'm short Simon and Brookfield. But all right, CJ, we're out of time. Thank you so much. I can't believe that you're best friends with Nico.
Well, I have a quick question. 1 second. We got a big tennis tournament tomorrow. What are the odds Nico starts shaving some points out there?
I don't know. I don't know. He's I was just
1,000%.
I was just gonna say, number one, I was shocked he actually had a friend, and number two, if the friend was in any way impressive, that would be even more shocked.
By the way, JT, is also one of the only fans that would like to come on your show for Fan Friday.
Perfect. So let's ring the bell for CJ. We're having margaritas. All right, see you, CJ. Thank you, brother.
Come back on. Thank you.
Quick break. Right back.